I got to play Madden 23 an entire month early. I got to play franchise mode, face of the franchise, superstar KO, ultimate team, and also tested out as many new features as I could from the game itself. There actually has been some pretty massive changes to both franchise mode and to gameplay, and it is my duty to share every secret that I came across when playing the game, and by the end, you'll literally know everything that you need to make an informed decision on whether or not you want to spend your hard-earned money and buy this year's game. And trust me, EA Sports might have very well dropped the ball on something that absolutely blows my mind, and it very well might make your decision a little bit easier. And if you don't want to spend your hard-earned money on a potential piece of EA garbage, you can just enter one of my 500,000 Twitter giveaways. Now, with face of the franchise, there's actually a pretty mini dub to start things off. There's no more bullcrap cutscenes and stupid storylines that you have to get through before you get to the NFL, because in this year's face of the franchise, you literally start in the league as a 5th-year player. It's like this year, you get right into your career, and it's so refreshing. You start off at the end of your rookie contract, and you get to pick whatever team you want to play for as a free agent, which is a dub. No more getting drafted by the same team every single time. And on top of the positions that you had to choose from last year, this year you can also be a cornerback, so that's another mini dub. Now, I didn't get to play through a full season, but there really aren't that many cutscenes, and the only thing I'm worried about is the fact that maybe there's not enough actually to this mode, when before it seemed like there was too much. So it's like they can't find the even medium. But from what I played in the beta, at least you don't have to start things off by trying to throw to an invisible receiver. Superstar KO, L. Absolute L. From what I saw, it's literally the exact same. Like, the exact same teams, like, there's nothing different about it. Like, why they haven't touched a game mode that had so much potential, especially when it first came out, is absolutely beyond me. The potential is there, but the employees aren't. Now, the beautiful Ultimate Team EA Sports prized game mode. But unfortunately, in the beta mode, we didn't have much we could do in Ultimate Team aside from just straight up gameplay. But I must say, there has been some pretty interesting and potentially diabolical rumors surrounding the game mode that might be added at launch. I'll touch on the rumors later because I don't want to say anything that's not confirmed, but I can't tell you if it's true or not because in the stupid beta there was no packs or anything. It was just lame. But boys, let me tell you, some of these rumors that we have surrounding a bunch of different game modes, including Ultimate Team, they're so juicy and have yet to be confirmed nor denied. But outside those rumors, from what I experienced, it literally looks the exact same as what you would expect from any Madden Ultimate Team game mode. Now, the gameplay, which to a lot of people is the most important aspect of buying a new Madden game. From my experience playing the game, it did feel a little bit different, but just because of the new features that they added, like, it looks like and feels like your normal Madden gameplay from the past few years. But at least with some of the new features like the skill-based passing, at least there's something a little bit different about that, and at this point, that's like really all we can expect from EA, just little changes from year to year. But when it comes down to the skill-based passing, like, I thought it was cool. Like, me being a below average player, it took me a little bit longer than probably what it should have to get used to it. I don't think I've got used to it yet, but I will say I do think it's a dub, and a lot of the more competitive players who, if I were you, I'd put a little bit more stock into their feedback on the gameplay because, again, I'm a moron. But from what I've seen, a lot of the competitive guys really do enjoy the gameplay, but it seems like every single year in a Madden beta before the release, everybody loves the gameplay. When the game comes out, it sucks, so just leave it to EA to possibly mess it up. Now, don't get me started on the Madden ratings. Those are the most useless things of all time, and it's the best way for EA Sports to cheaply market their game. That's why they put so much effort into these ratings, which is a good point to bring up, because if we did collectively, like, stop caring and show EA that we don't care anymore about the Madden ratings because they don't matter, maybe they would actually have to make the game a little bit better, because at that point, their marketing wouldn't just rely on the Madden ratings, because at that point, nobody would care. But it's EA Sports, they'll probably just end up doing whatever the heck they want to anyway. And speaking of rumors, and I'll go ahead and throw one in there right now, not only does it look like there's still not going to be next-gen gameplay for PC users, like, what do you mean, bro? The new consoles have been out for years now. Not only that, it doesn't look like crossplay is going to be in Madden 23, and it doesn't look like it's going to be in the game anytime soon. Like, what do you mean? $billion company. It doesn't matter what else you've added to this game. Doesn't matter how much you want to market the ratings. Every good thing that you've done to this year's game is just completely ruined by the fact that there's no crossplay. Bro, it is 2022. It is almost 2023. You're one of the most profitable video game companies in the entire world, and you can't figure out how to implement a feature that freaking Fall Guys has? Now, what most of you probably care about, and me included, franchise mode. Franchise mode, crazy crazy enough, actually did get some improvements. Now, unfortunately, I can't confirm this, but I would 100% expect Zach Wilson to have the grab and smash X factor. First things first, yes, the trade logic did have quite a bit of tuning done to it. I think it's a lot better. I'll leave that up to you guys and your interpretation, but in my experience, the trade logic did seem like it took a big leap forward. Now, there is another huge rumor pertaining to franchise mode and trading in particular. Like I said, we'll get to the rumors in a minute, but the biggest improvement has been to the free agency period. It's been so cut and dry the past few years, the same thing each and every year, but now you have different player motivations when it comes to them signing in free agency. Now, to me, it's actually so cool that in franchise mode, a player might take less money to go to a team if he's a receiver that has a better quarterback. Like, a player might pick a team because that team has a better chance to win a Super Bowl. They might have a better coach that he likes. They might be a better scheme fit. There's so many different player motivations, which I think is a massive dub because it's not always about the money, and we see that every single offseason. Like, the motivations can get so specific that a player might pick a team over another team because one of those teams are in a tax-free state. So the player motivations and the whole entire free agency period has been overhauled, and I think that is a massive dub, but who cares? No crossplay. Also, a dub to franchise mode is something called player tags. There's different tags like award winner, franchise QB, bridge QB, quarterback of the future, day one starter, even trade target, and a few others. And this can affect anything from if a player is a mentor, maybe the players underneath them, if they're young, can get more experience. If a quarterback set as a franchise QB, that CPU will not spend a high draft pick on a quarterback. Basically, what these player tags do, and even the player motivations, kind of affect the game's algorithm to make the players and the CPU make more realistic decisions. And admittedly, I didn't get to play the game enough to see if there was any glitches within the free agency period, but from what I experienced, once again, another mini dub. But there's still no created team. There's still only the 2 years worth of draft picks that you can trade away. The draft still feels the same, and it still seems like there's not any more relocation options than there was before, and they promised us that 2 years ago. Like I said with EA Sports, you have to take the mini dubs when they come, but you know franchise mode would be so much better, you know, if you could play in an online CFM with players from other consoles. Dumb game. Now, rumor number one, and keep in mind, these aren't confirmed nor denied, so they very well might not be in the game, but they are heavily rumored to be so. Uh-oh, sponsor time. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. Prize Picks is the best legal way to play player props in states like California, Texas, Florida, and more. Prize Picks actually operates in every US state and in Canada, except for in the following states that you see on the screen. It is such an easy way to play daily fantasy sports. You can pick anywhere from 2 to 5 players and an over-under for their projections, and you could win up to 10x on any entry. And Prize Picks offers literally every single sport you could think of, but right now it's baseball season, and you know what? We'll do a little baseball entry. As you see, there's so many different categories. You have hitter fantasy score. You know what? I like Seiya Suzuki, and also like me a little Austin Slater. Also go for Contreras' fantasy score, and here you can literally do the over or unders for all these players. And me, I like to go all out. I'm going all overs. And would you look at that? We even have a promo applied, so it's a free 3-pick entry. That's actually a huge dub. Prize Picks has an award-winning, easy-to-use app that you can find both on the App Store and on Google Play. And right now on Prize Picks, if you use my promo code RBT, you'll receive a 100% deposit match up to $100. So go take advantage of this amazing offer and let me know how you guys do. As you saw in the thumbnail, there is a massive rumor that there is going to be 6 trade slots in franchise mode at launch, which means in each and every trade, you'll be able to add up to 6 players / draft picks to potentially acquire another player. And boys, oh my god, please let this be true. If you've been watching the channel for a while now, you've known year after year, this has been one of my #1 requests for franchise mode. When I've talked to the guys at EA, I told them this is what I want. So yes, this does excite me. Now, if it's not in the game, I'm gonna be so disappointed because my hopes are up. So don't get your hopes up too much. But boys, we all know this will be a massive dub. And the next rumor that I've seen everywhere, and I didn't experience it in the game because the packs weren't in the store on Ultimate Team, but there is a rumor, and I wouldn't put it across EA Sports. #1, that month points are gonna be more expensive in Madden 23. And #2, if you guys are familiar, you know in Madden Ultimate Team, you have a level up system. The higher level you get, you can unlock rewards. Some of them I think you have to buy, some you get for free. But the rumor for Madden 23 is that you have to buy this like a battle pass. So to even get the free rewards like we've had in all the years past, you have to purchase the battle pass first. Now, what it would be called, I don't know, but the rumor is that some sort of battle pass is coming to Madden 23, and that's just PKA Sports trying to milk every freaking dime possible out of their customers. Like, that's actually sickening. Like, you combine that with no crossplay, like, dumb freaking company. But keep in mind, that could not be true. Hopefully it isn't. Like I said, you couldn't put it past EA Sports. So now you should have a better idea of whether or not you do want to spend your hard-earned money on Madden 23. And like I said, if you don't want to, you can at least try to enter one of my 7,000 giveaways. And if you enjoyed this one, click this video right here because the algorithm thinks you'll enjoy it. And guys, like at this point, you just don't question the algorithm. It knows more about myself than I do.